If you play video games, you may fall into one of two categories when it comes to formulas. There are some video game franchises where you feel like, stop trying to change things all the time. You had a winning formula, and you didn't just give us a new entry in the franchise that used that formula. What's wrong with you? And that can be frustrating. But on the other hand, you may also know some franchises that have gotten too stale in their formula. Hey, do something different for a change. Come up with some new idea to reinvigorate the franchise. But that can be a tough task. So it's a hard balance. We want enough of the formula that worked in the first place, but we also need a shake-up every once in a while. And that's where I'm at with the Game Awards Orchestra. Let me lead off by acknowledging that everyone on that orchestra is a talented musician. I wish them all the best, and they're one of my favorite parts of the show every year. No part of what I'm going to say in this video is to say that their quality has declined in terms of their ability to play the music or to capture emotions. And Lorne Balfe, as the conductor and arranger for this Game of the Year medley, it's a daunting task. And he always does a solid job, weaving 6 different themes together to create something that we can all enjoy in celebration of the games. But that said, I noticed something these last 3 years. In 2022, the Game of the Year medley sounded a certain way, and at the time, I thought nothing of it, because it was just yet another entry in the Game of the Year medley series. But when 2023 came along, I noticed something very similar compared to 2022. And so it was with bated breath that we got to the 2024 Game of the Year medley, and I kept my ear out, and sure enough, there's a certain part of this medley that over the last 3 years has just sounded the same. The medley itself has gotten too formulaic. I'm gonna see, with a little experiment here, if you notice what I noticed. So what I did was I took clips from 2022, 2023, and 2024, and I strung them together randomly. I took a clip from 2022, and then immediately transitioned into a clip from 2024, and so on, jumping between years. And I want to see if you notice what I notice. To help you notice, I put a little fun visual indicator on the screen. So, let's take a listen. It's the rhythm, the tempo. If you never played Donkey Konga, you might not be familiar with the UI that was on the screen for left bongo and right bongo press, but if you were, welcome to my little circle of niche Nintendo games. So if you go back and listen, you should hear dun 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 as the driving rhythm for the entire medley across all 3 years. I really challenge you to go back and listen to the 3 full performances, and once you start, you can't get that dun 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 out of your head. It's driving me up a wall because I know that the team at the Game Awards is capable of doing stuff that is more unique and interesting. They've done it in past years. So now, I want to roll a few clips with some examples of where the medley took a turn for the interesting. These are a couple transitions that aren't following some set formula and some set tempo, but are instead letting the game's unique musical identity shine through as part of the whole. In interviews, Lauren has expressed this much. When listening to a medley, it is imperative that the listener doesn't feel like they're listening to the 6 distinct songs from the games, but rather that they can enjoy it as one cohesive, continuous experience that doesn't break the immersion of watching this singular performance. And to a degree, I am inclined to agree. If the sounds sound too disparate from each other, then it's going to be harsh on the listener. It would take you out of it. So that is a goal that you should strive to achieve. But in these recent years, I feel like the entire sound has become homogenized, formulaic, samey, predictable, and I think that last one's the worst of all. I am now going into 2025 expecting to hear dun 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 all throughout the medley. And I feel like that does a disservice to the compositions of the games that you are trying to celebrate. Everything should be able to stand on its own and have its moment to shine. I miss some of the wilder moments from the medleys that came before 2022. And I don't know if everyone will agree with me on this point, because at the end of the day, what's safe still works. I led this video saying that they are a high-quality performance. It is something to look forward to even if they stay on this formulaic track. And that's just kind of the sad reality of it, I'm afraid. I'm hoping that Lorne Balfe and anyone he works with is willing to take a few more risks in the future of this show. But at the end of the day, I can only say so much. Yeah, Lorne Balfe is probably not listening to this video, nor is anyone at the Game Awards team. Although if anyone wants to pass this along, they can chat with me all they want. I have some ideas. I'm a bit of a musician myself, and I have experience trying to put together medleys. I've done so on the channel. In fact, in the end screen of this video, I will put in a clip from one of my medleys that I think shows off what I'm talking about, where we can take a bit of a drastic change, but there is a transition that can be built in to get there. So, if you made it this far, thanks for listening to this short little rant about something that's been nagging at me over the last 3 years of the orchestra. Maybe I've helped shed some light on something that's been nagging at you too, or maybe you're going to join my fight for something a bit more unique. Again, thanks again. Go check out the full performances from past years. if you just want to take a trip down memory lane or, get engaged for the first time with this orchestra. Because, again, they are truly capable of some magical moments. Until the next video. Bye. Like and subscribe.